The American flag stands for compassion, kindness, liberty, and justice for all.
So Cynthia is on the internet crying because she voted for Trump knowing that her father was undocumented and he got deported. Not only did he get deported, but he has stage 4 cancer. And I hate to be the one to kick someone when they're down, but to be on here talking about the American flag stands for liberty, kindness, since when, ma'am? Since when? Because not in Black American history has it ever stood for that. Not in recent American history did it ever stand for that. And for the people who are the Latinos for Trump saying that, I didn't know that I was going to get, I didn't. What about the giant mass deportation now signs? What about build the wall? What about Trump's whole first presidency made you think that this would be okay? And I'm sorry, I have no tears. No tears whatsoever. This is the consequence of your actions. And for all those other people who voted for Trump and got exactly what they thought would happen to other people, it's sad, but sometimes you have to learn the lesson the hard way.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my video. So on this topic, a lot of MAGA voters are crying. A lot of MAGA voters are in tears as they can't afford necessary things. They can't afford groceries. They can't afford um the necessary the mere living necessities. Yeah, and a lot of people are saying you don't get to cry. You don't get to come on social media and whine about all these things because this is what you voted for. So you have to man up, sit up, and enjoy the process. A lot of people are like, you don't get to show emotions, you don't get to feel bad, you don't get to say you regret your vote now because you knew what you were going into, you knew what you were voting for. And yeah, we warned you guys, but no, you said you want to vote for Trump. You want to vote for Trump. And now you don't get to come out here and say, oh, I'm feeling so bad. I regret my vote. I I can't provide for myself and my family. I can't even eat. I do not have the financial capacity to do things for myself anymore because of my vote. You don't get to do that because you knew what you were getting into. So guys, we're going to let the rest of the videos play by and then we'll come back and hear what other people have to say in the comment section. So do not forget to like, comment and subscribe. Please guys, do subscribe. Alright, remain to the original creators of these videos. Thank you so much. Let's watch and come back and then we can hear what other people have to say in the comment.
You voted Republican and now you're on the internet crying because Republicans are literally doing what they said that they were going to do. We have women on the internet crying that schools are getting shut down. They literally told you they were going to defund the school. And it's only going to get worse. We have Canada threatening to turn off the electricity it provides to the US because we threaten them with a 25% increase on tariffs. I mean, if you're bordering Canada and they turn off your electricity, baby, it's going to be a cold fucking winter. Trump just had an interview where he told you guys he couldn't promise lowering prices after promising you through his whole campaign he was going to lower prices. If you voted Republican, you just truly enjoy being lied to and then acting shocked. You don't get to act shocked, babe. You get to hold yourself accountable. Now you gave the platform for people like me to talk our shit because we're definitely going to continue to talk our shit. As all the groceries from Mexico continue to increase and gas continues to increase and your electric bill continues to increase because we hit tariffs with the countries we get our food, gas, and electricity from. I know if you voted for Trump, you're sitting at home like, what did I do? Unless you're the lip curl girl, then you're just stupid. But everybody else who just chose not to educate themselves before the election and now they're being educated after the election, I know you're sitting at home like, fuck. And there's nothing you can do. Now you got to hold yourself accountable for the next 4 years and the following years that we're still going to reap the ramifications of Trump's shit decisions. Other than that, the only thing Trump has managed to do is put out a perfume and cologne, $199 on his website. So, yeah.
You're sitting here crying on the internet looking for community, but kids are scared for their lives. Elementary school kids, because they're scared that ICE is going to break into their school and take them away, humiliate them, and separate them from their families. So no, get up, stop crying. You have the privilege, go do something.
You told me that you voted for President Trump in 2024. Do you regret that decision? ¿Te arrepientes esa decisión?
Yes, 100%.
Why do you regret that decision?
That's because it's nothing that's true. It's not true. He say he go to catch the delincuentes. Criminals, yeah. And right now, he don't follow to criminals. He go to specific to Latino people. The DHS come specific to me and catch to me, not other people, because don't care to other people, specific Latino people.
Every American that's having trouble with this, I am sorry I voted for him. I regret it with all my heart. I feel like I've enabled this monster to destroy democracy, destroy everything that is good in this country.
We've got a very crazy man driving the train, and he's going to kill this country.
And Anthony, are you voting a straight up and down Democratic ticket?
Not only there, I am actually for the very first time contributing across the board, across the country. And I've never, ever written a check or spent any money on anything political because I'm afraid. I'm afraid.
I've been a lifelong Republican since the day I turned 18. For the first time in my life, I'm going to vote a straight Democratic ticket. Is if they're connected to Donald Trump, they are not connected to me.
So you now are no longer a Republican.
I am not, no.
Because of Donald Trump?
Because of Donald Trump. It was no longer the party that I joined. It's morphed into something that's almost unrecognizable.
You were a lifelong Republican.
Right.
If somebody had told you, say 15 years ago, that you are preparing to vote a straight up and down Democratic ticket in the midterms, you would have said what to them?
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah.
So why are you now doing it?
To see Republicans not stand up to him, and the ones that do are just quitting.
I just think there's no values left anymore. There should be values. We have no values. He doesn't have any values. I thought he had values.
No, I'm definitely voting Democrat. I've been knocking on doors. I got a clipboard.
You're even canvassing.
I am canvassing for a Democrat
That's
in
how
Wyoming.
strongly you feel.
I believe hardly anything the president says, but I do believe he's a danger to this country and to our democracy.
Oops. It's almost like we weren't lying to you. But I'll say this, even though I will never forgive them for what they've done. And look, my forgiveness has no bearing on their life whatsoever. I'm glad to see that at least they are taking a proactive stance with this. Like, I fucked up. Now I need to put my boots on the ground and help make this better. And if you are any one of those people who is sorry for what you've done, if you're sitting back, staying quiet while democracy falls, just remember this. We know who you are. We'll remember what you did. And if the last thing that you did was vote for this man, that's how you'll be remembered. Now, if you go out and you start campaigning for real candidates who care about the people and you take proactive steps to make a change, that's how you'll be remembered. Owning up to doing bad shit is really hard. Trust me, I know. But you'll get a hell of a lot more respect than the respect you have now, which is zero.
So y'all voted red and now you're broke, mad, and confused. So let's talk about it. The young people who voted for Trump and the Republican movement, they are already regretting their vote. And I'm not even going to pretend to be surprised because I knew it would happen. And y'all got to understand, it's because this is always the play. See, a lot of young people didn't have the tools to really critically think about the impacts of what Trump's policies would have on their lives. And you know why? Because the American education system was never built for you to think critically. It was built to keep you just smart enough to pass a test, but not smart enough to question power. So when the propaganda machine started pumping, most of y'all didn't even know how to check that stuff to know what was factual and what was a lie. You didn't even know how to look past the shiny slogans, the memes, the TikToks, and actually ask real questions like, how does this policy impact me? My rent, my student loan, my future. And now here you are, under this Trump-led regime, finding out the hard way that Republicans do not have your back. That same party that you thought was about freedom is deciding the books you can read now, what rights you have, and whether you can even afford to survive. And look, I get it. When you're young, it feels like political policies and government and all that stuff, it feels like it's just background noise. You think it's something for old people to just argue about, but you see, it is not just noise. It's your life, boo. And if you don't take this seriously, the folks who do take this seriously, you know that older generation that's been controlling everything forever, they gonna keep stacking the deck against you. So now my question is, now that you are living under the policies that you voted for, are you ready to wake up yet? Are you ready to stop treating government like a joke and start treating it like survival? Because until young people wake up, old people are gonna keep cashing checks on your future.
I know you told me you voted for President Trump. What were you hoping that he would do?
I was hoping he would did something that made sense regarding the economy, made some kind of progress in bettering, you know, the benefits of being a veteran. But I mean, it just seemed like he actually cared about doing what was best for the country, but now it just feels like all about me, Donald Trump, not, you know, the guy out there working in the trenches trying to make ends meet, trying to pay a mortgage, trying to pay the bills. You know, it goes against everything I expected when, you know, I voted for him.
So you're not satisfied with what you said?
No. And it doesn't even have to do with anything about me getting fired. I mean, if I had gotten fired as part of the, you know, government, cutting government spending, I would have been fine with that. I can accept that. But he's not delivering on anything he said he was going to do. So what's your real game plan? You know, it doesn't make sense to me.
There are some things that he promised to do that he has put in place. I mean, there are executive orders that he's done, that he said that he was going to do. You don't feel like he's lived up to those promises?
I mean, where are the results? I mean, seriously, prices are still going up. We're now in the middle of a tariff war with a bunch of countries that used to be our steadfast allies. I mean, how do you make an enemy of Canada? You know, they're right next to us, and they've been one of our premier allies and commerce partners for, I mean, seriously, like what, centuries now?
And he did say that he was going to put tariffs in place. Did you just not think that they would be implemented in this particular way?
I didn't think they were going to be put in play in a juvenile way. I mean, where was the attempt to actually talk to the heads of these other countries like, hey, you know, I feel you have unfair tariffs against our products. I'd like to talk about it first. And if we can't work out some kind of resolution, then I feel to protect our people, we need to implement this kind of tariff. There was no attempt at even talking to the other countries.
I don't want to hear your cries. I don't want to hear your complaining. I don't want to hear your coulda, shoulda, wouldas, because I don't feel no ways tired. I don't want to hear this is not what I voted for. This is exactly what you voted for. That man let you know time and time again that he don't fool up with black and brown people. And it's sad because you yearning so bad to have proximity to whiteness made you turn a blind eye to the disrespect, made you feel like you were bigger than the program, made you feel like all the insults that he spewed against your people didn't apply to you. So now y'all want to act shocked and appalled because he done called the National Guard, everybody and they mama, to scrape you and your family members off the floor of LA. No better for you.
I hope y'all don't get mad at me for this, but I regret my vote. And I know what you're going to say. Well, you didn't regret it when he was making fun of the disabled community. You didn't regret it when he was threatening the people of color and the black community? You didn't regret it when he was increasing hate crimes against the LGBTQI community? Or you didn't regret it when he was changing the narrative of who literally started a war? Or are you going to say I didn't regret it when he increased hate crimes in both of his terms? Or his ignorance during COVID that cost us thousands and thousands of lives? Or I didn't regret it when he bends over for Israel and Russia? Or I should have said something when there's literally a recording of him bragging about essaying women. Or I could have caught a clue maybe during the felonies, or the way he speaks about his daughter, or maybe just the way he talks about people in general. Like the way he talks about Democrats, that should have gave me a clue how he was going to treat people in general that did not bend over for him. But alas, I must admit, it wasn't until it finally hit that it could be my children that go to war that I decided I regretted my vote. That's how dumb some of y'all sound, just saying.
It's time to speak up. ICE is now removing undocumented foster children from their foster homes. Removing foster children from their foster homes for deportation. Y'all, I've been working in the foster care system for 28 years. I'm a former foster mom, and I adopted 4 children from foster care and fostered many others. And I have represented hundreds of children who are in foster care. And one thing all of these children have in common is they have all been through trauma to one degree or another. We are taking children who have already been through trauma and removing them from foster homes for deportation. There will be a reckoning for this in this life or the
Hello
next.
guys, so while a lot of people are saying MAGA voters do not get to reread their votes now, all they have to do is deal with it, deal with whatever they feel they are going through. Some people still have a lot of things to say in the comment. So let's get down to the comment section and read what people have to say. Okay, so the first person here said, I don't care about politics anymore. I care that my grocery bill doubled and my insulin cost more than my car payment. I voted MAGA because I was promised relief. Instead, I'm skipping meals. This isn't what I signed up for. Okay. The next person said, this is literally what MAGA voted for. You all laughed when people warned you. You mocked folks struggling before. Now that it's your fridge empty, suddenly it's crisis. Regret doesn't undo policy. The next person said, I defended Trump for years. Now my wife and I are choosing between health insurance and rent. Oh, that's so bad. That's bad. I feel stupid for believing billionaires cared about working people. I was wrong and we are paying for it. The next person said, no offense, but tears don't feed families. Voting has consequences. You don't get to cheer for courts to social programs and then cry when you need help. This is the system you supported. True. I mean, true. It's only fair if someone says it. This person said, my kids asked why we don't buy snacks anymore. I never thought America would feel like this. People keep telling me you voted for this. Maybe I did, but my kids didn't. That's true anyway. But then, and yet you all still won't say his name. It's always the economy or the system. Say it with your chest. MAGA policies hurt working people. Until that's acknowledged, nothing changes. The next person said, I voted red my whole life. Now my medical bills are destroying us. I believe the lies about personal responsibilities. Turns out you can do everything right and still get crushed. Next person said, funny how empathy shows up once MAGA voters start hurting. Where was this energy when people were begging not to cut food assistance, healthcare, and worker protections? You can't vote for cruelty and then ask for compassion. I mean, the next person said, I'm tired. I work, I pay taxes, and I still can't afford food. I don't know who to trust anymore, but I know this isn't working. People calling us dumb don't understand how deep the lies went. But I mean, he said these things. He literally said what he was going to do right in the election. He said it. He made these things known. So where is this whole lie statement coming from? Like, didn't you know? Weren't you aware? Like, it was a public thing. Everybody knew this, and a lot of people were still telling you. The Democrats were like, no, this isn't right. They warned you guys, but no, you thought what you were doing was best. And it's funny how some people who are saying they regret their vote are also trying to hide behind misinformation or not knowing. Because if you want to say, okay, I voted for this person, I'm sorry that I did this thing, okay, please help me, say it. Don't go about saying, oh, we were lied to, that's why we voted. No, he told you everything, he told you what he was going to do. It's okay if you say, okay, I wasn't educated enough to know the repercussions of my vote or what these things he said meant. You don't get to say you were lied to because you were told the truth. You were told everything, right? You were told this is what he was going to do, this is what was going to happen, but you decided your own. You decided what you wanted to do, what you felt was right. So own up to it. The next person said, this is why people said elections matter, not because of vibes, flags, or heart, but because policy decides who eats and who doesn't. MAGA voters regret is real, but regret doesn't reverse damage. I mean, the deal is done. Next time, you just have to be careful, right? Next time, you have to listen. Next time, you have to educate yourself. Okay, so when you're deciding next time, you just have to be careful and think it through. So guys, we've come to the end of this video. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and comment, because we like to know what you think in the comment section. All right, remain to the original owners of these videos, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.